Hello dears, welcome back to another session of our biology class. So this is the continuation of what we had discussed in our live session. In that live session we came across with a new chapter, that is reproductive health, and we discussed their major introductory portions and all. So now we are approaching to the content of this topic. And in the last session, we discussed about various programs led by our government in order to control the population explosion, right? The population explosion control and birth control. So the topics that we are going to discuss today comes under this major topic. Okay. So we discuss about the relevance of contraceptives, right? So today we are going to see contraceptive method. Contraceptive method, which broadly falls into several categories, which include natural methods, second one barrier method, third one IUDs, or the expanded form is intrauterine devices. Fourth one, certain injectables. Fifth one, implants. And sixth one is the surgical method. I hope you can see the writings over the board. Board. Right. So contraceptive methods fall into these categories: natural method, barrier method, IUDs, injectables. Then one more thing is that oral contraceptives or pills, then implants and surgical methods. One by one we will get into it. Okay. So first of all we discussed natural method, right? So we are going to the detailed version of this natural method, how they are operating. Okay, so as the name implies, they consist of natural methods. Only natural methods are administered in this type. So what are these? So the main principle or the main principle over which this natural method is being depending is that to avoid the chance of ovum and sperm meeting. Okay, naturally this ovum and sperm meeting will be avoided. So in that several methods are being done. First one is periodic abstinence. Okay, periodic abstinence. So this is one such method in which couple avoid from the intercourse or coitus deliberately from the days of 10 to 14 or 10 to 17 days of their usual menstrual cycle. You know that in a menstrual cycle, during the 14th day, it is expected in the 14th day ovulation might happen. So deliberately the couples avoid the coitus during these days, typically from 10 to 17 days, and expecting that within these days ovulation may happen. So if coitus do not happen at the time of ovulation, there will be no chance of fertilization, right? So deliberately they avoid the chance of consumption. Clear? And but the main risk is chance of getting fertilized if unfortunately or unknowingly if coitus happen, chance of getting fertilized is very high during this ovulatory period. Okay, so as this fertilization chance is high, it is also known as fertile period. This ovulatory phase is also known as what? Fertile period. These days from 10 to 17 days of our menstrual cycle is also known as fertile period. Okay, and this is the first thing, that is periodic abstinence. Now the second one is withdrawal. withdrawal, or another term in your text it is given that coitus interruptus. So that is the partner deliberately withdraws the penis from the vagina of the female reproductive tract just before the ejaculation and prevent the ejaculation of sperms and thereby prevent the fertilization. Is that clear? That is withdrawal or coitus interruptus. The third one is lactational amenorrhea. Lactational, sorry, 2R is my mistake. Lactational amenorrhea. Now, what do you mean by lactational amenorrhea? That is the amenorrhea means absence of menstruation. That is absence of menstruation soon after the delivery or parturition, which can last for at least 6 months. And in that time also, during that 6 months, that mother will be having an intense lactational period for their baby. Intensively, she will feed the baby, right? So that blocks or that causes the prevention of menstruation. So this time is quite safe. It is known as quite a little bit safe when considered with other thing because no menstruation is happening, right? So this period is considered as safe, but no chance, since there is no chance of menstruation, there will be no chance of ovulation, so coitus can be entertained. Okay, so as long as the mother feed the baby intensively, chances of consumption will be less. We can't say it will be nil, it will be less. Okay, due to this reason, and this is known as lactational amenorrhea. Okay, so but one thing is you have to keep in mind that this method is only effective as long as till that mother starts or continues another menstrual cycle. Okay, just say it is average only 6 months. We used to say that. And one major benefit of this, as no medicines are taken and no devices are used, no side effects are being seen in this lactational amenorrhea. The chances of side effects are nil. We can say nil. Okay. But chances of failure is high. What is the failure here? Chances of getting pregnant is high. Chances of conceiving is high. Clear? So that's all about natural method, which includes periodic abstinence, their detailed version, withdrawal and lactational amenorrhea. 3 subheadings. The next thing next method we are going to see is natural method, then barrier method. So from the name itself you are getting the term what are the methods or what is being done in this method. Barrier, some kind of barriers are being used, okay, as contraceptive. Here ovum and sperm are prevented from meeting or from physical meeting or their fusion, that is their meeting. Ovum and sperm fuse together and form zygote, that is known as fertilization. So that chance is being prevented or blocked with the help of some barriers. And these barriers are available to both male and female. You might have heard that in male condoms and all are used. That condoms is not only used by males but also by females. Okay, actually condoms are made up of thin rubber latex sheath. Okay, and they prevent the sperm to fuse with the ovum. Okay, and the male using condoms are used in the penis, and in the case of female, the vaginal condoms are there. Some of other condoms used by females includes diaphragm, cervical caps and walls. They are used as the condoms in the cervical area. All these prevent what? the fusion of ovum and sperm. So nowadays, in the past recent years and all, in the recent years, the use of condoms have increased a lot because many of us are educated, many of the couples and many of the people are educated and they know what are STDs. You know what are STD, right? Sexually transmitted disease. They are known as STDs. So as to prevent this STD, use of these condoms are very effective. Okay. So condoms, again, when we are going for the features of condoms are easily disposable and also they are self-inserted, which allow the privacy of a or individual. Okay. And in the case of, we told that several cervical caps are also used by the female in order to cover the cervical area, which act as a cervical condoms, right? So they are, again, one more feature is that they are reusable. Clear? The condoms used by females are reusable. So you can read it from your text for the more details and have a glance over that. Okay. So next we are passing to the next item. They are known as IUDs. Third category, IUDs or intrauterine devices. So from the term itself you could understand intrauterine. It is kept inside the uterus. So obviously they are the device taken by the females. Okay. And these intrauterine devices are inserted with the help of expert nurse or doctors. It can't be self-inserted. Clear? So intrauterine devices includes variety of intrauterine devices are there, which includes Lippes loops, copper devices which consist of copper, which includes copper T, Cu7. Likewise, they are Lippes loop. Figures are given in your textbook. Okay, and multilode 375. All these are included in the IUDs. Along with that, several hormone releasing IUDs are also there. And now, examples of hormone releasing IUDs are Progestat, LNG20 and all. Okay. So what do IUDs do? IUDs increases the phagocytosis of the sperm that had entered into the uterus. So within the uterus itself, these IUDs which are inserted into the uterus, they will increase the phagocytosis of the sperm and kill the sperm. Clear? And also we discussed several copper releasing IUDs are there, which include copper T, Cu7 and all. Right. So what do? They releases copper, and these copper released IUDs would decrease the motility of the sperm and also the suppress the sperm's property to fertilize with the ovum, suppresses the fertility and make quite unsuitable environment for the fertilization to happen. And also they make the cervical area very hostile to the sperms. So altogether they favor an anti-environment for the sperm, thereby preventing, yes, what? The fusion. Clear? But these are having several side effects since they are inserted into the interior part of the uterus and all. They may cause bleeding, severe pain and all may be caused. Okay. So several side effects are there. Even though there are side effects, this is considered as a more effective contraceptive method undertaken by the females. Got it? So whenever you are listing out any method, you have to list out their advantages and disadvantages. Okay, their ill effects also you have to write down. Okay. So next one is oral contraceptives, or we can say pills. Since they are taken by orally, they can also be termed as pills. Okay, that pills, small doses of the hormones like progesterone, either alone or progesterone alone can be taken, or a combination of progesterone and estrogen is being taken. Now, in the form of tablets or in the form of pills. Now, how they are taken? These pills and all are taken for a continuous period of 21 days, and after that, starting from the first 5 days of menstruation, it will continue to the next 21 days. After that, taking a break of 7 days, which coins for the next menstruation, and after that menstruation, from the 5th day, it is being again taken till the a period of 21 days. Clear? So this is being practiced like that way, but they are also having several side effects. Since they are hormone releasing, they may cause several hormonal imbalance in the body of female. Sometimes it may cause the growth of certain hair and all over the face or skin, not skin, in the face of the body of females. That coins for the side effects. You might have heard pills and all in your textbook. It is given. It is Saheli, one of the pills regularly, but it is considered as they are having lesser side effects. Okay, so so once in a week pills are also available, or the several pills are there which can be taken within the 72 hours of contraception. Several options are there. You can check it out by reading it with your textbook for further details. Okay, so that's all about pills. Okay, now next one is we are going to see the implants. Implants, again, they are either alone the progesterone or a combination of progesterone and estrogen is taken as injections or taken as implants, which is kept under the skin. Okay, so their mode of action, these implants, injections and mode of action are quite similar with that of pills. Okay, so that's all about implants, injections, same as that of pills, but it is not taken orally. Either it is injected or it is kept as an implant under the skin. Last but not least is the surgical method. You might have studied this in your lower classes, right? Yes, in your 8th standard you have studied surgical method. Now, this is two types of surgical methods are practiced typically in male and female. In male, it is known as vasectomy, and in female, it is known as tubectomy. Right? This is in male and this is in female. Now, what is their mode of action? What it is being done? The other word of the surgical contraceptive method is also known as sterilization. Sterilization. Okay. Making sterile. Opposite to fertile. Clear? So vasectomy. In vasectomy, it is generally done in male. What it is being done, a part of vas deferens will be cut off, or it will be tied, and the which prevent the fusion of sperm. Sperm cannot enter into the female reproductive tract if we cut the portion of vas deferens. Clear? And tubectomy, it is done in, see, one more point is that in vasectomy, a small a small hole is made on the scrotum, and this surgery is being done. An incision, rather than a hole, we can say it as incision. In the case of tubectomy, a small incision is made on the abdomen or through the vagina. This tubectomy is done. Tubectomy, a portion of the fallopian tube is being cut. Okay, thereby preventing the fusion of ovum and sperm. Is that clear? So this is a very effective method of sterilization or effective method of contraception, but the major and the only drawback is it is irreversible. It can't be reverted back. All those methods what we discussed until the surgical method can be reverted. We can stop taking pills, we can stop using natural method, or we can stop using any kind of IUDs or barriers, or we can't we can stop the usage of any kind of implants. That's our wish. But in the case of surgical method, once it is done, it's never reverted back to the original form. Once it is done for the whole lifetime. Pura lifetime will be like that way. Okay. So this is the topic today. We had discussed the contraceptive methods, various divisions and subdivisions. Read it and see and make a short note to study for yourself. Okay. So take care, be safe, be happy. Meanwhile, if you are having any kind of doubt regarding today's topic, you can contact me. Okay. Ta-ta.